Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 12, Episode 9. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews, with the exception of this one, with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you get anything out of the content. Now, child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. When the episode first opens up, the heifers are still fighting in the corner, right? You have Sutton sitting in front of Diana Jenkins, and then you have drunken, ignorant Kyle sitting over to the side. So Sutton is telling Diana that she lost 2 babies. Here go Kyle. I never heard that. And so what? That doesn't mean that it didn't happen. So Kyle goes, I'm sorry, I call BS. I don't know what Garcelle served at this party, but it would get Kyle cussed smooth the hell out. Why are you disrespecting and disregarding her, saying she had 2 miscarriages? That is the most ignorant, disgusting thing that I've seen in a while. Crystal, baby, that right there was dark. Okay, claiming that she didn't have 2 miscarriages, being aggressive, assaulting her by grabbing her arms. And she's telling her, I'm sorry, I did. It's a very personal thing. She didn't want to share it with you. And she's like, I love you, but honestly, I think you're being very strange right now. No, you're being strange. And all of you are little weirdos. And why do y'all keep acting like Sutton is crazy? All of you are strange. She's not strange. She's the most normal one there. So Sutton is wasted, and she's like, you want me to be compassionate or not? So then Diana's like, I'm not falling for it. We don't care, honey. We don't give a damn what you fall for. We really don't. So Sutton starts crying. She's like, if you want me to be real while you're being a motherfucker, as you should, Sutton, honey, as you should. I don't feel bad about her calling her that. So then Kyle grabs her and she's like, excuse me, don't talk to her like that again. Don't. Sutton, stop. Do not. Kyle, if you don't get your goddamn hands off this woman, she is a grown adult. That's not Portia. That's not one of your children. And then you have a grip. Her skin is twisting. You're very aggressive. Please let this lady go. Kyle grabbing Sutton. She crying. Get your hands off of her. Respect her personal space. So she's like, she lost the baby. You did not. Well, maybe years ago, but this is recent. I can't stand Kyle. I can't stand Kyle. I really cannot. Wow. Just wow. That's a new low even for Kyle. So her trauma doesn't matter because it was years ago? Really? Oh, okay. Moving forward. So Diana is just sitting back watching Kyle look silly with her silly self fighting her battles. That's all Diana Jenkins really wanted, was for Sutton to prove her right. Sutton, don't even say anything else to her. Get up and remove yourself. So in the confessional, Sutton is like, Kyle really hurt my feelings. Like, what does we don't know, or we didn't know anything about that? Like, that's insinuating that I'm lying, and it's really hurting me in my heart because of our friendship. Sutton, get up and leave these heifers right here and cut Kyle off. She is not your friend, girl. She is not your friend. So after making her cry, Sutton goes over and hugs Diana. Why? Why are you hugging her? So then Kyle gets up and she goes back over to the ladies, and Sutton and Diana Jenkins leave. So Garcelle is like, is Sutton crying? Here go Kyle. Always. No, not always. You just accused her of lying about having a miscarriage. Diana basically sat there and acted like Sutton was a Looney Tune, and you co-signed it. So what are you talking about? Child, so over with Erica. She's trying to get Oliver's attention. Talking about, Garcelle, where's your hot son? I don't have ish to lose. No, you don't. And I'm awaiting the day they lock you the hell up. Okay? So Dorit is like, Garcelle, get your sweet boy. Garcelle, get your son out of here. Shut up, Dorit. Okay, I got smoke for everybody. I'm not in the mood. I don't like the way this episode went, and it really pissed me the hell off. So this is going to be sort of a ranting review. Child, all of them piss me off. Now, at first, Garcelle is laughing. But it's actually not funny, because no matter what if it were a husband hitting on one of Kyle's daughters? Then it would have been an entirely different story. Then they would have been seen as creepy and inappropriate. Erica, you're creepy, you're inappropriate, you're a drunken, sloppy, disgusting mess. Leave this married man alone. So then Erica lifts her leg and she's like, Garcelle, tell your boy he's hot. I don't like the term boy. I don't like it. It's a grown ass man. You can clearly see that he's a man. Don't call him boy. The microaggressions are just seeping out through and through, honey. So Erica is like, Oliver, are you married? And he clearly says yes, right? So she's like, have your baby mama hit my DMs. We can have a threesome, ma'am. Baby mama? Really? Now, if you've been listening to me for a while, you know I loathe the term baby mama. Didn't he just say that this woman was his wife? He's married to her. So that would mean that she is his wife, the mother of his children, not his baby mama. Are you crazy or are you insane? So Garcelle is calling Oliver over, but he goes and sits next to the ladies. Now I'm going to say this, sir, why are you even entertaining Erica? You see what type of demon time she is on, so why are you taking a seat? I was kind of pissed with Oliver in this moment. All that skinning and grinning, get your braids up and go over there to where your mother is. So as they're talking, Garcelle comes over and she's like, honey, let's go. So Garcelle said in her confessional, okay, you can have a good time, kick your leg up, have a good old time. But this just feels different. It feels different because it is. It's giving black man fetish. And Oliver, you need to get up and exit. Stage left immediately. So as they're walking out, Crystal asks Garcelle if she wants her flowers. And she's like, yeah. So she picks them up. And so Jax, who is her 14-year-old son, he comes over to get them. Erica's like, what are you doing here? Get the F out of here before you get in trouble. Get out of here. So Crystal is trying to usher him out. She's like, don't listen to her. Okay, Crystal, I'm gonna have to give you, some props right here because you remained a human being and you tried to get him out and tried to comfort him by telling him not to worry about that drunken, nasty mess. And, she calls herself Pretty Mess over there on Instagram about this drunken, disgusting mess and ushered him on out. So I appreciate you for that. Erica, I know you may be inebriated, but have you lost your damn mind? When you find your mind, it may be too late. Because if I were Garcelle, I would be going off. And I don't want to hear nothing about, that's what they want, the angry black woman. We're damned if we do. We are damned if we don't. Anger is a human emotion. My son, okay, because this review might run a little long. My son was just watching a movie, and it's called Inside Out. And there are cartoons that display every single emotion. Black people are allowed to get angry. Black women are allowed to be angry without being deemed aggressive. Just like sadness and joy and everything else. It is a human emotion. We are allowed that. And I'm sick of this. Like, this just don't make no sense. That is a child. He is 14 years old. That baby just graduated the 8th grade. He's just tall. And see, you know what? I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it because I got something to say. And so here go to reading her confessional. Oh, I'm a mama bear. And I mean, he's like 14. I feel sick to my stomach. Well, why didn't you say that? Instead, you sat there in that god-awful cat suit and acted, he's getting the flowers for his mama. He's getting the flowers for his mama. Moving forward. So he goes out and he's like, I feel violated. Like, I was just grabbing your flowers. Now his voice is shaking. He's a baby. You know what really pisses me off? It's when black boys go from being cute to scary. And that's what this reminded me of. Because he's tall, all of a sudden he's an adult. No, he's not. His insides are still a child. And that's why I make sure that my kid remains a kid. Why are our black kids not allowed to be children? He's a child. So he's visibly shaking. And he's telling her, I was getting the flowers and she told me to get the bleep out of here. And she's like, who said that? Erica? And she goes, are you okay? I would have went into full mama mode. Do y'all hear me? Ain't no way I would have allowed Erica to get away with that. And there's a way to do it so you don't fall into that angry black woman trope. There is a way to do it. So she goes back in and she's like, you hurt Jack's feelings. Don't talk to him like that. That's not okay. See, they need Ebony K. Williams over here on this franchise. She went to the wrong franchise because let me tell you something. Although she kind of worked my nerves a little bit, honey, because she was going to give us a lesson every episode. And sometimes I just want her to chill. But let me tell you something. Had she been on this franchise, her and her words would have gathered Erica Jane so eloquently without ever raising her voice. Her and her Kanakalon ponytail would have felt it. Every single piece of her verbiage. I'm so tired of us being afraid to pipe up because we may be labeled. There is a way to articulate your thoughts. It's going to happen anyway. So just defend your child. Okay? Just do it. I understand everyone handles everything differently. Garcelle, you want to be in this space for whatever reason with these heifers. So if you're going to be in this space, you need to make sure that you correct them ASAP so they know not to play. So Erica is like, are you serious? Yes, she's serious. You hurt her son's feelings. So then she had the nerve to say, after Garcelle walked out, she whispers in Dorit's ear, she's pushing it. Okay. In the next scene, Garcelle is getting glam, talking about her birthday party, right? With like the hairstylist and the makeup artist. And she's talking about all of the nice shenanigans. So then she brings up Erica Jane speaking to her son crazy. She's like, we got to figure out the meds, the cocktails, the meds. No, we don't. We don't have to figure out nothing. Don't make not damn piece of an excuse for Erica. That's who she is. She was not on no meds. Okay. All of y'all were drunk as a skunk and acting up. So no excuse for her behavior. There is none. Absolutely none. Garcelle was like, on the ride home, I did explain to my son, she was drunk. She didn't know what she was saying. She didn't mean it. She was yelling at a young black man, and it was despicable. So no matter if she was drunk or not, I don't care. I really don't. I really do not care. In the next scene, Crystal and Dorit go to kickboxing class, and she comes right in talking. I just really want to get in, Dorit. So she tells Crystal that PK is leaving for London again, and it's triggering her because he was in London when it happened. She's like, I just don't know if this makes any sense, but I feel the trauma in my blood. No, it doesn't make any sense. Moving forward. Oh, but question. Was the trauma in your blood last night when you were closing Kyle's legs because she was spread eagle? Or was it in your blood last night? Was it in your blood when you were sitting next to Erica when she was acting a plumb fool? Was it in your blood last night? Oh, okay. Because you were having the time of your life. I'm not buying it, Dorit, but I'm here for the self-defense moves and whatnot because I need to take a class. That's just a side note. Baby, that done pissed me off, honey. And also, bravo people, Dorit can go next season. Dorit, Kyle, and Rinna. Completely wipe out that left side of the reunion couch. They all can go. Moving forward. In the next scene, Sutton and her frenemy, Kyle, they go to dinner to pretend to make up, only for Kyle to throw her under the bus as soon as the other women are around. So let's hear it. So Kyle starts talking to Sutton about the party. So Sutton tells her, look, you came in the middle and I couldn't get to my point. So Kyle was like, well, I came in on the miscarriage part, and first, let me apologize. I don't think you made it up. Well, the damage is done. And you do think that she made it up, but you just don't want to hear her mouth. So there's that. So then in the same breath, she's like, I thought you were being odd because, she had one and then you said me too. I'm like, how convenient. So you think she made it up? Oh, my Kyle, I don't know what grade you graduated from, honey. I don't know if you stopped in the 3rd grade or what. But the way that you explain things and the way that you register and process information, that's odd. You just said that you don't believe she made it up and then turned right around and said, I just thought you were odd because, she said it and you said it and I was like, how convenient. Kyle, just save the apologies, honey, because you don't mean them. Sutton said, well, I was relating to her. So Kyle is trying to apologize, but Sutton is like, you don't know what you were stepping into and I didn't understand that. So Kyle goes, you're really hard to apologize to. You don't shut up. No, She just calls you on your bull and she's coming into her own on this show and you don't like that. Moving forward. I wouldn't sit with Kyle. Me personally, I would not sit with Kyle. She's inauthentic and I really don't think she likes anyone on this cast but Dorit. Let's just call a spade a spade. The only person on the cast that she likes is Dorit and when her husband joins, Mauricio. That's it. In the next scene, Kyle is at home making her stovetop stuffing, and because it definitely ain't homemade, and her candied yams for Thanksgiving. So her and Mo Schmo are talking about their family expanding and Farrah possibly having a baby one day and the kind of grandma that Kyle is going to be and how she grew up living with her grandmother. And you know what? I see why Kyle's staying miss because she's boring and she gives nothing. Okay? Absolutely nothing. It's the day of Thanksgiving, and they're showing all of the ladies, Garcelle and Crystal and their kids. They're volunteering to feed the homeless. And we see the other ladies with their families celebrating. And child, we going to get a cameo from Teddy if we don't get nothing else. Hey, girl. In the next scene, Rinna goes to visit Diana Jenkins. Oh, child. She goes over there to ooh and ah, because the only thing interesting about Diana is her money. None of these ladies would ever be friends with Diana if she did not have a coin. So Diana invites her on in, and they have some mimosas and talk about the mess. So here go Rinna. How was Garcelle's party? Was it fun? Why you laughing? Why you laughing about the party? It actually was a good time, a funky good time, and I wasn't even there. It was a great time. So Diana tells her that the party was fun and it was good, but then Sutton called her and did the Sutton thing with those faces. No, that's her seeing through your bull. That's what that was. So she told Rinna that Sutton was acting like they were at the casino. I see your miscarriage and I raised you too. Diana, it's very convenient how you're leaving out every single thing that you said. What exactly did you do? Because you definitely did something. And while I can understand you not wanting her to make it about her, that's the same situation when she told you about her brother when you were on the boat. She was trying to show some commonality and relate to you. And quiet as it's kept, she actually knows you weren't being honest about your reasons for that text. Bed rest is bed rest, not party rest. So you were lying and the truth wasn't in you. So she's like, that's just narcissism. I just see that as being a narcissist. Ain't that the pot calling the kettle, calling the pot, calling the kettle? The two of you sitting together talking about narcissism? Okay. So then Diana was like, yeah, she brings me down to her level and I don't want to be down there. You were already down there. I saw some excerpts from room 23, allegedly. So Rinna is like, well, that's not going to fly with me. And what you going to do? Rinna, pipe down, honey. Your lips about to bust. You gonna be off. You gonna be okay. And you ain't gonna do nothing, honey. You ain't gonna bust a grape. So then Diana goes, yeah, I mean, they can fly commercial. That's what I can do for them. I know you don't think that this group, with the exception of Erica and Rinna, need your PJ, do you? All of these ladies have flown private before you arrived. And I am sure if you and Sutton play Big Bank Take Little Bank, you'd be bankrupt. Moving forward. In the next scene, Kyle and Mauricio are waiting for the actors, Dorit and PK Kimsley, to arrive. Kyle still got this front door open. Okay. So Dorit and Kyle, they sit down once they arrive and they start talking about Dorit maybe moving. So Kyle doesn't want her to go because they live so close. So in the confessional, Dorit was like, I've really been thinking about it, but I just don't know. Girl, you ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere in this economy, especially because y'all got too much debt. That's why y'all faking robberies and stealing bags and watches and whatnot, allegedly. So the guys come in, and of course, PK starts the scene. He's like, the last time I was here was the night of the home invasion. It's giving deja vu. Okay. So unprompted, okay? Unprompted, Kyle goes, did you guys hear what Erica said to Garcelle's 14-year-old son? She told him to F off. Like, it's not funny, but it's funny. Is it funny? Or is it lowbrow and ignorant? Like you thinking it's funny? I'm just wondering. So then Dorit goes, I was there. Yeah, you were there and you said nothing. So Mauricio says, I think it's great she did that. Do you? Mo, I know you are currently in a constant haze from all the weed that you smoke, but ain't nothing funny about her saying that to her son. I've never heard any of the ladies ever talk to any of your children this way, but it's funny to disrespect Garcelle and her children. You're disgusting. We could really use less of you and your wife. And y'all in these film double dates, they need to be stopped. It's always some stupidity and y'all gonna have to clean it up at the reunion and you gonna act confused. So all of y'all can really go. Moving forward. So Kyle is like, I'm seeing this more relaxed side of her and I love it. It's not cute, Kyle. So then Dorit co-signs and she says, really? Why I can give a major pass? Of course, it's not my child. Now listen to the words. She can give a major pass. And didn't I tell y'all? So y'all gonna start listening to me. Didn't I tell y'all last review that had they been talking about Pantygate and it was Garcelle, that Dorit would have leaned into Garcelle? Garcelle, how dare you say Bubba was looking at your puss? Didn't I tell y'all that last review? Baby, y'all gonna start listening to me. I'm just saying. So she was like, I give it a major pass. Of course, it's not my child. And it would never be your child. She's like, yeah, I know she had a few drinks and I don't think I've ever remember a time that she was this loose and free. Excuse me? But her speaking to someone's child that way is not being loose and free. You can have fun without being a jackass. Okay? It's being unaware and just plain dumb. She fetishized one of her sons and verbally assaulted the other. But you, in your words, can give her a major pass. If you don't get girl, if you don't go on, because honey, I'm really trying not to cuss on this review. Girl, if you don't go on now. So PK was like, well, I feel like she's entitled to a blowout. It would take one scammer to excuse the behavior of another. What gives her the right to blow up on someone's child? Because of her case? Because of her stealing from widows and orphans and old people and being exposed? She has a right to a blow up? Okay. And you know what, Dorit? I can't expect you to understand why it's so inappropriate for you to give her a pass because your mom has a black friend. I forgot. My bad, girl. My bad. So he's like, well, she told one son to F off and then she tried to bang the other one. This sounds like Animal House. And again, the microaggressions while this imbecile speaks. Animal House? And yes, I know. I've seen the movie Animal House. Listen to what I'm saying. When it has to do with her black son and animals in the same child, we'll be here all night. Do you understand how us as black mothers worry about our black sons when they stop being cute and they start being tall? Every time they leave the house, especially when they appear older. And although her son's dad is white, he's still seen as a black man. And Erica behaving in her drunken Karen ways could get someone killed if they reacted differently. And to hear you all condone it, child, I can't even stand to hear y'all speak. That's just dumb. The fact of the matter is that he was a kid, he was shaken up, and it's just so convenient that y'all pick and choose whose children to disrespect. Whenever it's any of your children, you make sure to usher them on out the room, or you make sure that they're treated with the utmost respect. But because it's Garcelle, the four of you clowns get together and put on a circus act. Child, I am done. In the next scene, Sutton is getting ready for her party to show the progress on her home and whatnot. And on the other side, Cherie is showing up with Garcelle because she's going to the luncheon as well. So Garcelle is telling Cherie that Erica Jane was trying to have a threesome with Oliver, and she was like, what? And then told Jax to F off. She said, so I walked back in and I told her, you can't talk to my son like that ever again. Garcelle, no, you did not. You said, Erica, you hurt Jax's feelings. That's not okay. Garcelle, let me just say this to you. The energy that you're saying you gave should have been the energy that you gave. And it's okay when you get with your sister, you put a little zhuzh on it. But baby, take that stank over there to Erica Jane. I'm just saying. So she's like, I just want to talk to her, and I want to talk to her when she's sober, where she can understand me. And she's like, and you're my backup. I don't know where you gonna be. So Cherie is ready. Okay, she taking off her earrings and everything. She was like, well, let's get into it if we gonna get into it then. So then they toast to setting up straight. I know that's right. I hope we actually gonna set up straight, okay, and not cower down, because I'm ready for the set and the straight. I'm just saying. So the ladies start to arrive, and Rinna comes in dressed in costume. Girl, you look awful. Your hair is awful. The outfit's a mess. It's giving caricature, just so we're clear. Erica's on her way, nervous as hell, all up in the Uber, talking about, I want to listen to Christmas carols. Honey, old Saint Nick ain't gonna be able to save you. I'm just saying. You offended her, and you offended her sons with an S. So let's get into it. So they show Crystal telling Erica what she said the night before. And she's like, well, we were talking. He's 16. They're not babies. And this is what I'm talking about. How they will not allow our black children to be children. 16 is still a child. I don't give a damn if he was 22. Do not. And I repeat, do not come out of your face and disrespect my child. Eileen mentioned your grown son one time and you lost it, Erica. Do we remember that? But for Garcelle, it's okay. Maybe I got the right one to play with, okay? Y'all ain't gonna play that mess with Cherie. Honey, I wish you would talk about Will Smith's son. Oh, hell to break loose. So Erica arrives, right? It's awkward AF between her and Garcelle. So she's like, well, let me get a drink. And Garcelle, I learned a lesson. I can only have one. Well, it only takes one. Ugh. And sure you did. But y'all know what? I love seeing Erica so uncomfortable, not knowing when that gauntlet is going to drop. Honey, she did not know. I have never seen her this uneasy. And I was loving every single second of it. So then Kyle finally arrives, looking tacky per usual. Hey, girl. And it's time for lunch. And Rinna doesn't want to walk out on the grass because she has on these big clunky shoes and she doesn't want to ruin them. She's like, I can't make it to that table because it's in the middle of the mud. That's just like Sutton. That's strange because all you give is muck. Moving forward. So they all go outside to get ready for this salad, honey, because Sutton ain't got no food. Sutton, if it's cold, y'all could have eaten this salad inside, child. Please give me 2 or 3 courses if I'm going to come over and sit outside in the cold. So Sutton gives them all flip-flops and furs. Okay, I kind of like that. Even though it would be faux fur, honey, because I don't mess around with PETA and whatnot. But that is a cute themed party. Come on over to my party and we're going to wear flip-flops and furs. Ooh, get into it. Baby, that's rich behavior. Diana Jenkins. So then someone asked Dorit how she's been. Oh, Lord. She's been fine, child. She's been absolutely fine. She only has to act when y'all ask her about it, honey. She has to be reminded that she don't feel good. So she's like, yeah, I just really can't drive. And they're like, why? She's like, I just don't want to be alone. Okay, girl. So then Garcelle goes, Sutton, did you know Diana wasn't coming? She said, no. She said, well, you know what I call that? And she said, what do you call it? She said, I call it rude. It's rude not to tell the hostess that you're not coming. So Sutton goes, yeah, I don't like passive aggressive behavior. So then Rinna pipes up and she's like, oh, if that's not the pot calling the kettle black. So Sutton said, no, I'm never that way. I'm never passive aggressive. So Rinna said, yes, you are. Did you call Diana a mother and soulless? Yes, she did. And what you gonna do about it? She sure did. And what else is going on? How you gonna cape for somebody and you were not even in attendance? Please sit back. Girl, and that was the end of the episode. To be continued. The mess will pick up next week where Garcelle will set Erica Jane all the way straight. Cheers. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about this triggering episode. Baby, it had me all in my feelings. I was all over the place, which is why it took me so long to review it. Oh, and another reason why it took me so long is because I was following Rinna's advice and I watched Dubai first. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.